Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today,
What's up, guys? Welcome back to it.
today we have a funny little story read. Well, more like scary. Very scary.
I guess he's narrating
I guess who's gonna be reading quotes? Not me.
it. Not me either.
What do you mean?
I have one line.
I have several.
Let's get the show on the road, Joe. Here we go. This story.
How's it sound?
Uh,
How's it sound? Perfect.
There's something in the freezer at my job and it's alive.
Now, a little background detail on this story. I'm the one who wrote this thing front to back. 8 months of hard work. So if you don't like it, that's fine.
Probably won't consider using it
You'll probably hate it.
because of you.
No. We got a lot of dogs in here too, because we're dog sitting. Anyways, let's get into it.
What's up, guys? Welcome back.
Shut the fuck up. No, I'm kidding. I love you.
Oh.
There's something in the freezer at my job. And it's alive. Part 1. My name is Daniel Colson, and I work night shift at a retail and grocery store called Barley's. I've been working here for a few months. It's been a pretty interesting job. I was hired into the meat and produce department, so I work on basically stocking vegetables, meat, helping customers, creating labels, and basically anything my manager asked of me. My manager's name is Corey Buckingham. He was a bald guy with a big beard and an even bigger heart. He always looks out for his employees from what I've heard. He only had to let go of one guy because he tried to eat a customer's face. From the stories I was told, he spent too much time in the freezer. I know that sounds like a crazy story, but it's for another day. I have a coworker named John Garland. He is also a good guy, but he is also a good guy, but he is spontaneous and impulsively loud, like me. That's not in the story. I'm just impulsively loud. He seems like he loves this job, so I ain't gonna judge too harshly. He's got dark hair and brown eyes. Most of the time he's wearing colorful clothes along with the red vest that is mandatory for all of us to wear. He's also got a smile on his face, even if he's suffering. It's pretty encouraging. Then there's Amanda Dorsley, a cute girl with fluffy red hair and green eyes. Her features put her in her class of her own. It's surprising that she's newly single because if I had more nerve, I'd ask her out. Though, as a young man who spends way too much time on the internet, I know she's out of my league. She's naturally very sweet and has a knack of making severe eye contact with me. So I can only assume that she either likes me or thinks my blue eyes are nice. Either way, it would probably make me die of embarrassment to stare for too long. So normally our conversations are brief. There's a lot of other people I'm familiar with in the store, but it would take. It's okay. But it would take far too long to describe them in detail. So let's get back on track. Her turn.
Reminder.
She's not a minor. She's 20.
No, I got it from a TikTok.
Okay, thank fuck.
Yeah, I got
Chad,
it.
she's my girlfriend, and she always says she's a minor to get me in trouble. She's 20 years old. I'm serious!
When I started at the store, I was taken into the meat freezer by Corey. The first thing he pointed to, strangely enough, was a meat-like roast on the wall, behind the turkey shelf. I stared at its grotesque shape. It looked like someone slung a human colon into a wall and left the remains there. I immediately threw up in my mouth upon closer inspection. As I swallowed my throat, Corey turned.
I've had employees immediately upchuck upon seeing this. Yeah, we can't remove it, so we call it our mean little friend. Haven't come up with a name for it yet, so how's about Steve?
He was obviously being sarcastic as he started laughing, but the disgust in my face was problematic. What was that a joke about? Can't this contaminate the food? I had to find out for myself. I turned to Corey to find out.
What the hell is that? Can't that, mess with the product? Maybe if we can't remove it, why don't we just take down the wall or move the turkey somewhere else?
Corey turned to me and chuckled again. His grin opening surprisingly wide. He placed a hand on my shoulder and looked back at the disgusting growth.
Don't you worry, young man. That's been there since even before I started. And I'm nearly 50 years old. I've been here for 20 years, so I think I would know better. Everything in this freezer is top product. Now let me introduce you to your coworkers.
So Corey took me to meet my coworkers. I introduced myself to John and Amanda and immediately got started on my work. He was instructed on how it all ran. Whenever I managed to get John alone later that week, I questioned him about the strange growth of the meat freezer. He turned to me with a wide-eyed expression.
Don't ask me about anything to do with the freezer. That's your department, get it? Produce is more my responsibility. So just stay away from that thing. Understand? His speech and demeanor were confrontational, to say the least. It scared me, actually. This silly guy suddenly flipped and turned into a war veteran with a 1,000-yard stare. I thought to myself about what he could have possibly seen, but I didn't question further. Later that night and earlier in the morning, I walked up to Amanda after stocking the ground beef aisle. She greeted me with a smile, and when I asked about the growth, she had a worried look on her face.
It's me! Daniel, I hate going into that meat freezer. Every time I do, it smells rotten. Plus, it's not my natural place. I'm a vegan after all. Also, that weird meat thing on the wall that Corey is obsessed with gives me the ick. So I stay far away from it. I suggest you do the same.
You want to read that part? That's my quote after.
Okay.
No, you can read it. It's my quote after.
So the whole thing.
Yeah.
As I walked over as I worked over the next couple weeks, things seemed normal and a bit boring and quiet. Between stealing glances at a man oh so good body and getting along well with John, things seemed to be going swell. I kept the meat department well stocked and the produce was kept fresh. About a month in, I noticed something strange. The lights flickered, and no one else seemed to react or notice it. It didn't stop as I saw that a man was walking around without a head, like a regular customer. I was horrified at the sight. My hands were shaking and my eyes were wide open. I blinked a few times, rubbed my eyes staring at the headless man as he sauntered off. The day before I did have a few shots of vodka, but what I saw I could have sworn was real. The headless man turned into a breakfast. I quietly and carefully tailed him, not like he would notice me because of the black eyes and ears. Once I slowly looked into the aisle, there was no one there. I figured the man ran off into another aisle, so I walked down the corridor, looking down each aisle while not paying attention to what was in front of me. For a split second, I could have sworn the headless man was in front of me. I was wrong. I ended up bumping into the trash guy. Roy. He is an elderly man with dementia. Sometimes I wondered why he hasn't retired yet. Roy almost fell over. I quickly regained my senses and steadied him quickly by grabbing his arms.
Oh my God, Roy, I'm so sorry, sir. I should have been paying attention to where I was going. I was in a rush.
As soon as Roy got his bearings, he looked at me with those old and confused eyes. I always respected the elderly because they're so fragile, but this man was very much still alive enough to work 8 hours for a night for 5 minutes. He patted my shoulder with his
It's quite all right, young man. Wait, have we met before?
I chuckled and shook my head. This old man already forgot who I was. When we've seen each other every day since I started working, it made me realize that life is indeed fragile. I didn't see old men Roy living past a year. It's a shame that we would have transpired next that I couldn't imagine. I looked at him as I let go of his arms.
It's me, Daniel, remember? I got hired about a month ago. We've seen each other every day since I started. You've been here for a month? Oh boy, I hope you're ready for the acclamation.
Without another word or clarification of what he meant, Roy walked off, leaving me to wonder what the hell was he talking about. Turns out I wouldn't find out about the acclamation anytime soon. I felt like I was being watched from my right side, down the aisle where I stopped. I turned my head to see a headless man once again. Brought his hand up before I heard a deep, evil voice.
You who runs from your past, you will never know peace again from this point on.
My heart nearly jumped out of my chest. This definitely wasn't a hangover. It was 100% real. Sweat poured down my face as I stared at the headless man with endless fear in my soul. The headless man was giving me a warning, one that I didn't heed. The customers down the aisle and around me paid no mind. It seemed like they either ignored him or couldn't see him. I clenched my hand on my chest and I was trying to speak. My fear froze my voice. I was on the verge of a panic attack until John poked his finger on my shoulder. I screamed and started coughing as I turned.
Hey man, you okay? You've been staring down that way for 30 minutes. The customers are starting to look at you funny.
I couldn't answer him. On the verge to on the
Last paragraph, guys.
turds. I couldn't answer him. On the verge of tears, I looked down the aisle where the headless man was. Though he was gone. What the hell did I get myself into? I turned back to look at John and just gave him a quick thumbs up before quickly sleepwalking into the bathroom. I didn't want anyone to suspect I was beginning to lose my mind. I was sweating and my visions were blurred. They must have thought I was constipated or something. Once I was in the stall, I legitimately threw up so much I was on the floor gasping for air. I've never experienced so much panic before this point in my life. What did the headless man mean by learning from my past? Whatever it meant, it wasn't good. I stood up and went on to finish my shift. Once I returned to the meat freezer once again, I thought I saw the meat rope on the wall twitch. With all I saw that night, I'm not surprised in the slightest. Woo! Yay! Must be the money!
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was part 1 of There's Something in the Freezer, and it's alive. If you would like to see more, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Either way, I'm going to post all 5 parts on my channel.
And
So,
I'm gonna make an appearance.
and she's going to be gone. No, I'm kidding. This was the last time y'all are going to see her. She's going to be in my basement. Anyways, see you guys later.
Like, subscribe!